So then sophomore year, I found like the gold mine, and I was making like 120,000 that year. And
Dude, what?
Off of what? Tell them what.
Yeah,
what
what's
you
the
were
gold
making off.
mine?
this is the funniest shit ever because you would never take a guess.
I think. Welcome back to Tookie Podcast. It's episode 4. My name is Dustin Jones. To my left, we got.
Dean Hunsiker.
To my right, we got.
Jack Hawley.
We're back. We got an audience tonight, fellas. I wasn't expecting that shit, but our guest rolled in with like 4 heads, so we gonna roll with it. Start off with a tip. Damn, I had a tip, and I forgot it.
We gotta remember that, John.
Yeah, I know. Bring it back.
I know.
That gets a tip.
I know. I forget for real. You got anything?
Good tip.
I got one.
Go
Alright,
ahead,
go ahead.
Jack.
Tip of the day is treat others how you want to be treated.
That's a good one.
It's real. You have to like if you're in your position and somebody's treating you bad, wouldn't you want them to treat you good?
Remember
Yeah, but can I say? I remember.
the one that I said though?
No. I think you should treat others how you think they want to be treated. Cause like not everyone wants to be treated like you.
No, but I'm
You know
saying
what I'm saying?
like just like friendly and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
But
Just
remember
be civil.
the one from the 21 Days of Abundance? As we sow, so shall we reap.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good
And what
one.
does that mean?
How you treat. It's in the Bible, so how you treat people here, like in this life, that's how you'll be treated in the next one. So, or just in this universe, that's how you'll be treated in the universe later on.
Damn, I had a good one. Like I was thinking today.
You'll think of it for the next
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
good.
We'll add it to the next one.
We're gonna try and drop low key. I think we could do 2 a week.
Yeah, we're gonna start pumping them out for
Yeah?
you guys.
All right. So we lit right now.
Editor Dom has been going crazy over here.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to him for real. He's
A
the
lot of
backbone of
ideas.
this whole
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. So subscribe, like, comment,
Share.
and we're gonna bring on our guest. This guy is just insane, dude.
Insane.
Like,
A guy I've known since 8th grade,
yeah.
but I feel like I've known him my whole life. Great guy.
I just met him. I don't even know. Nah, before then. Hella respect for this kid, bro.
Grinds.
Grinder.
I'm excited to learn what he's all about.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. So let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Tyler McMullen. How you say it? Good. Don, throw that across for him, obviously.
Tyler, how you doing, brother? Sip of the DC.
I'm doing
It's
pretty
the-
good.
It's the CC. It's
I'm
the
doing pretty
CC.
good right now.
Damn, you got the Supreme laces, the
Yeah,
Supreme
you
Forces.
dripped
They're
that.
hard,
Shout out
bro.
to Ben. He hooked me up.
Them shits are lit. All right, bro.
Started off with a synopsis.
Yeah, give us a synopsis. Like what?
All
What would
right.
Who
you?
are you? What do you
What
do?
would you give yourself if you were to give yourself a title? What would it be?
I just do what I do.
But what do you do?
Yeah.
I'll get
Start
down to it. I'll
Start
get
from the
down to it.
womb, bro. Start from the womb.
So basically, I never had a real job, and I just make a lot of money from stuff on the internet. And whatever I find is right, I do. And so I can break it down. Like I started doing my own little entrepreneur activities, probably like pretty young in like
7th grade.
7th
right?
grade.
Yeah, that's what it was.
started, yeah.
That's what it was.
That's probably when it started. And
What-
I just
Keep your
started.
mic close.
Sorry, I just started with like stupid. I was really dumb back then. I thought like socks and
Yeah.
like shoelaces, and I would like make a website and try to sell them on there, and I just went up from there.
But dude, you're making a website in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's like unheard of, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know how many kids you know who else was doing that shit.
I mean,
You taught some people in our school, didn't you?
yeah, like I've helped other kids in Caravel make a lot of money
Right.
just selling stuff online,
Right.
doing such like that.
So you'd never really been into school,
Oh hell no.
Hell
So
no.
no,
Hell no.
Hell fuck no.
but that's good. Like you don't need it. You found your thing. Like
But,
you're making
yeah.
money.
So like my parents are so strict
Really?
with school. Like my mom's a doctor, and she like my grandfather was a professor at UD. So it's all like education.
Right, of
Education.
course.
I'm over here bringing home like D's and C's, and they're trying to like disown me. So I had to find my own little way. bring something.
What
to the
do they
table.
think of you now? Like, what are they?
Oh, they still want me to get a job. They still want me to go
Yeah.
to school.
Damn,
And, like,
really?
They
Yeah.
know you're making money though. or
No,
not?
well, all right. Big shout out to my parents. Like they don't give me everything, but like they are the reason that I am what I am today. It's because like they're awesome. They like
Support.
yeah, they support
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much,
the
and
love.
like I love it, and like they've given me so many opportunities and so many like they just open the doors to everything. I really appreciate it.
That's what you need, bro. Especially from your parents.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they are the biggest support structure ever, and like it's almost cool because like your parents they make the ecosystem to what you can grow up and become. So literally, I'm like swimming in a pool of anything. Like I could literally do anything, just
That
because they're
is
so
crazy.
lenient.
Yeah.
So I love them.
So if you're like, yo, I want to go do that. I want to go do this. They're like, all right, go
They
ahead.
support
Yeah,
you.
like when I was like 16, 17, I would go on like crazy trips to like the Virgin Islands and like the Caribbean, and they didn't say anything. And I'm not even a legal.
By yourself,
Well, my
with
friends,
friends,
yeah.
but like
without
no
them,
parents.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
you're paying for these trips all by yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Might be a little bit personal of a question you don't have to answer, but how much money we talking you're making, like right now?
So it depends each year and my motivation. So
Okay.
I say the most, like, let me start from like the beginning. Maybe when I was in freshman year, I was probably making like 30,000,
A year.
and then a year, and then my sophomore year, I
But,
made like.
but while you're still doing school,
Oh
though,
yeah,
too.
I'm doing
In
school,
high school.
and
In
I'm
high
playing
school
ice
as a
hockey,
freshman,
and I have
30,000.
So then sophomore year, I found like the gold mine, and I was making like 120,000 that year. And
Dude, what?
Off of what? Tell them what.
Yeah,
what
what's
you
the
were making
gold
off.
mine?
this is the funniest shit ever because you would never take a guess.
I think I know what it is. It's
If
jewels.
you- well, that
It
started
was
it.
the Chargers, right? Wasn't it
iPhone
Chargers?
chargers. Like it's the
Yeah.
dumbest things that you would never think of that make the most amount of money, and you just have to find like it's very. I can get into like how analytical it is,
We
and like
will.
it's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
So if you're a numbers person, it's so easy.
So you're a numbers guy.
Oh, huge.
So what'd
That's
you
all I
make? So that's the most you made? 120 in a year.
No, I made.
Well, yeah, keep.
I've made.
going
Yeah.
each year.
Well, then junior year, so I made all the money, and I'm like, this is fun, but like, so let me spend it all.
Right, of course.
So like that year, I probably only made like 50,000, and then this year, well, no, senior year, I probably made. So I made a lot of money off of GameStop that year,
Yeah, you texted
and I
me
made
about
I
that.
made probably the same amount, like 120 again, and then right now I have my ongoing ventures that's taking up a lot of money, but it's an investment.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Are you investing a lot of this money that you're making, or no?
Oh, so now I have to get smart because now I'm out of high school and either it's college
Yeah,
or job.
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to. Everything that I get right now is going into future investments that will either make me passive income or just, day to day working on regular income.
So that you're not looking at the college route, are you?
No,
At all.
no, it's not. Yeah, educate like forced. I don't want to call it forced education, but that's basically what it is. It's not. I would rather like go on YouTube
And,
and
what?
learn myself
Yeah.
and go and like search it up, Google it. Like everything's on the internet.
It's
You
all
just have
there
to look.
for you.
You just have
Yeah.
to look.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get with tests and stuff. Like you're gonna be able to look that up if you don't.
Exactly.
So why can't you look it up on the
But
test?
I'm not saying college isn't right or good because
Right.
most people they won't look it up themselves.
Yeah.
They just do nothing all day. So
And
For some people, college is what they want to do because they know what they want to do for the rest of their
For
life.
sure, and if
Yeah.
you're like, that's what I always say. Like, if you're doing something that you need a degree, like a doctor or like a lawyer, a nurse, or just a teacher, like you got to go to college for that shit.
Right.
If you want to do that, bro, go by all means, go ahead.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to be a venture capitalist entrepreneur like yourself,
yeah,
Well, that's
you
just
gotta
not
do
the
it
route.
yourself.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going to college, say for computer engineering or even business, the textbooks that they're teaching you
Dude.
with are 20 years old.
dude, I
They
literally
do not
have
have anything about like social media marketing, nothing about like the new like day trading stocks, NFTs, like cryptocurrencies. They don't have any of that.
Dude, I have.
So it's
I'm
all
in.
old stuff.
I'm in business administration right now.
Exactly,
I'm
so-
getting my associates, and I have the marketing textbook that I have and the intro to business textbook that I
Yeah,
have.
it's probably like put a billboard on
And
the side of the road.
Dog, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
And there's been so many more jobs that have been created since then with like all social media and stuff, like the influencers and
All
stuff.
that shit that I'm getting taught right now, I'm like, bro, this is like common
Yeah,
sense.
right.
Well, yeah. So like, you like look at the market cap of those industries. So it's like if you take the business class in school, they talk about like construction or whatever, and those market caps are big.
Yeah.
But then look at the market cap of like Facebook itself. It's a damn $1 trillion company. So it's like you could do 100 million things in that under Facebook that will make you $1 million.
But you can only do one thing under
Yeah.
construction.
Well, yeah. There's like way less opportunity.
Yeah.
So just look at the big companies and then go under them.
Mhm.
Same with Amazon, eBay.
Is that
So
what
much-
you've done? Like, have you
Oh,
gone
yeah.
under these companies?
Yeah. So I'll give you guys a little rundown from like the start.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
finish.
wanted.
Mhm.
Just get your freaking mic up.
I don't want to be.
see what-
eat-
I don't
I
see
don't
what
want to
shit
be
popping up.
eating on.
Nah,
it
you
and
gotta
shit
be like
that.
low key. Like look how.
So basically, it started like Jack said in 7th grade. That's when I became a little piece of shit, and I really liked money. So all my friends were like 2 years older than me. They had jobs, and they're always eating out, going to Chipotle. I'm like, damn.
And you were broke.
And I didn't have any job.
Yeah,
I was a
yeah,
little
yeah.
kid. Like I'm not gonna go to my mom and ask for money every time I want to go out to eat. So I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then that's exact like that year is a year that Shopify became really big. Like so Shopify is the online sales where like they give you a website and you can like put a product on it. So it's big to go to like these Chinese suppliers and find shitty products, put on your website, and then get people to buy it. But I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was selling shoelaces. My first company was called Laces R Us. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if everyone had AF1s with cool ass laces?
I remember you coming to me in like 8th grade. And you're like, Jack, you want some new shoelaces? I was like, bro, I could get you like green ones. I was like, I'm all right.
I'm cool.
So I was like, I thought this was the coolest idea ever. So I made this website. I found all these suppliers to like drop ship these laces, and then I didn't know how to advertise. So I had the website, I had the back end, and then I would run Google ads. So with a small company like that, that is the last thing you would ever want to do. So a Google ad is like you search laces on the internet, and then your thing pops up and it's like laces. But like I'm only paying them like $10 a day, so obviously I'm not gonna be the first result.
Right.
So they'll put me at the bottom, and
Right.
no one sees it. So I'd make like $5 every week selling laces, and it was nothing. I
And
was
you were
so-
spending 10 a day on the ads.
yeah, and it was terrible. It was like I was losing money. It wasn't working how I planned. So I'm like, there's got to be something to this. So then I got a little bit smarter. I'm like, all right, I don't have all this money for ads right now. So let me take a different direction. And then kind of in like 8th grade freshman year, that's when I opened up an eBay account.
eBay
And
fiend, isn't that it?
eBay fiend, yeah. And so basically I was like, I don't have money for ads, so if you sell stuff on eBay, you don't have to pay for ads because people just buy it right there.
It's like Facebook Marketplace, right?
Well, yeah, it's just like
that.
yeah, it's just like that. So I was like, damn, what do people have that they use every single day and they always need one? I'm like, obviously a fucking iPhone charger. I never have one. So I put my first. This one was like made or break me right here. I had $300. I put my first order in for $200, and they were coming from China, and then I get a message from the border and customs. I'm like, this is not fucking good at all. And they're like, your package has been seized. Please contact this number right now. I'm like, so I started Googling. I'm like, what's up with this? And like the supplier actually like had like a scam going on where they had
Damn.
someone at the customs hold it, and then I could never file for a refund because it's in like U.S. possession. So I couldn't get that $200 back. So I'm like, fuck these guys. These guys suck.
Damn.
And like I only had $100 left. I'm like, so I'm gonna try the same thing, different supplier, and I found a good supplier. They sent me for $100. I got 1,000 chargers. So
And they're coming from China, so that's where
Yeah,
they're made. And
yeah.
They're just cheap as shit.
So it was like so cheap, and so I bought those. I had 1,000. I listed them on eBay, and they were selling like super slow at first. Like I would sell like one a day and make $10, and then all of a sudden, after I had like 15 sales, it just shot up like insanely high.
Like how many chargers were you selling a day?
Well, at my peak, I was making like $1,000 a day. selling
While
iPhone
you're still in
chargers.
school, too.
Yeah.
What grade is this at? Sophomore year?
freshman and sophomore, kind of like the same. I was doing it for those 2 years consistently.
Right.
So I like those. The last $100 saved me because I was just gonna give up and like, fuck it, I'm going to college.
Bro, like that's
Yeah.
insane.
And then it
dude.
just and then that really opened my like eyes. Is like, damn, you can turn this into that without like going. You don't have to go to college. Like I'm a stupid ass like teenager. And I just made all this money. So it's like the world is like
yours.
endless possibilities.
So let me ask you, why can't I do this? Why can't everybody do this?
So I got in, like, you have to get in at the right time. The market
Okay.
is like super saturated now. Everyone and their mom's selling iPhone chargers.
Oh,
So
well-
that's the backstory is I would like go home, I'd do my homework, like I'm like fuck that shit, and then I would always go on Alibaba is where you find the Chinese suppliers at, and I'd compare it to eBay listings. So I'd just go on eBay and search whatever, and I would compare hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of listings, like the sale price versus the price that I buy it at, and just compare margins. And I had huge spreadsheets on like Google Docs or Excel, and I would just go for the product with the biggest margin, and that was chargers. So I did that. It took like probably, I would say like hundreds of hours to find that product because I was looking at shoelaces, socks, iPhone cases, like
Everything
every
under the
single
sun.
thing,
Going through
every
everything.
single thing.
So is that what you're doing right now? Like you're trying to find the next product, or you already have one?
Right now, so I have a standard base of products that I sell right now, and it's
Okay.
mostly like bigger electronics. So I sell like DSs, Game Boys, PSPs, and like all of that. And so back to sophomore year, I was making shit ton of money selling these. I'm like, it got to be better than that. So then I go into I start drop shipping like big ass items like kayaks,
What the
boat
hell?
motors, and like I'm like some fucking 16-year-old
Selling
stupid
boat
ass
motors
kid.
and-
Yeah, selling boat motors on eBay, and I got like in a lot of trouble for selling the kayaks
No way.
because I wasn't talking to the supplier, and I forgot to tell him that I'm shipping them to addresses, not the port. So they're so big they don't come on plane, they come on cargo ships. So they sent them to the port, and I'm like 16, I couldn't even drive yet. So I'm like, I cannot come to the port and pick up these damn kayaks. I sold like $1,500 like in like a couple days, and I had to like return them all. I lost the $1,500 because I couldn't pick up the kayaks and I couldn't fulfill them to my customers.
Holy shit,
like,
dude.
There's ups and downs, but that was pretty.
You're doing this stuff mad young though. Like, how did you get? I don't understand. Like, how you're so smart with this. Like, how did you just did research? Like, so much research
That's
on how
all
to do it.
is. Like, just turn off Instagram, turn off YouTube. I mean, the only like time I use YouTube is if I have a question. I don't go on that like the recommended page.
Yeah,
It just traps you in.
yeah.
So, what do you be doing in your free time? Like, just research.
Well, right now I really I just manage what I have, so I don't
Okay.
really do a lot of research right now because I already have the product. I already have to ship
Right.
them out. I have my ATMs, and then I just have to like upkeep and find new customers.
Okay.
I do want to get into
The
the
ATM.
ATM
I know.
soon, but once we finish
Yeah.
all
All right.
yeah.
So I made a lot of money sophomore year. Then junior year came around, and I spent a lot of it just on like fun. And I would always get fucked up, and I'd buy alcohol every single day. And
Every day?
Every day.
Nuh-uh.
My bills. So on PayPal, you can like see how much you spend a month. I was spending, I think it was $10,000 every month.
Not
Oh
just
my
on
God.
alcohol, but
Not on alcohol, like on
Just
I was about
alcohol.
to say.
just on fun. Like we would go like skiing, and I'm like, what's a good idea? Let's go to the Louis store after this.
Oh my
And,
god.
like,
But I mean, you're
You had that
yeah,
shit,
you're
so, like,
16.
bro.
You're making $120,000.
but
$120,000.
if I
It's
could
not like
change it, I would go back. And I mean, there's no regrets in life,
Yeah.
obviously.
and you learn, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
and
I'm
I
like,
loved
but-
it, and I had
say,
so much fun.
And
But
you learn from that, and now
Yeah.
that you're older and you're maturing.
I'm like saving money now.
Mhm.
And that's, I think, the best way, bro, is
Mhm.
to just live and learn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, bro, you're doing this shit all by yourself. You got no real mentor with, like, the drop ship and stuff. When you first started, I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
about now.
hmm
But, and so, like, you're just, like, once you fail, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about like, I don't want to sound like a fucking like football. It's all about the fundamentals, but it is. It is all about the fundamentals. Like, be straight, and
Yeah.
you're straight,
Yeah, yeah.
and you'll just find your own little niche. It's easy.
Did you bring any of your friends up with you, like doing this? Like you're like, yo, Jack, let's start doing this together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
Tyler's asked me a couple times in school.
Well, I'm always like, Jack, just come do this,
Uh-huh.
or like, so I've like a couple friends in school, like, well, my boy Caden.
Pray for Caden.
Yeah, pray for Caden, bro. I love
I
him.
heard about
Yeah.
that.
Dude,
I heard
the
about that.
most unfortunate thing
Mhm.
ever.
Prayers
Prayers
go
out
out
to
to
him.
him
So
and his family.
I got him onto eBay and he was making good money, and yeah, and then my boy Josh.
Shout out Josh
Shout-
Dawson.
shout- yeah, credit Joshy, bro. You're the man. Got me all the good credit cards. I love you, man. Yeah, he helped me out with my credit.
Oh,
and,
you always post them on your story. You
yeah.
always tag.
Yeah,
him.
and
see
I
that
got him
shit.
in the ATM stuff, and like my boy Calvin. I'm always trying to scheme with him all the time, and we're doing all these, Amazon FBA side projects. And,
Bro, I've heard about
mhm.
It's just insane that you really like doing this shit,
I
bro. Because I
know.
always see like I've literally heard like all the shit you're talking about, like just to like see someone actually doing it. Because I'm like, I'm like, man, I should really start that
And-
shit.
and-
Bro,
Like,
no,
I
this
just
is
keep
this is the
saying
thing.
that
This is the
shit.
thing. Everyone's like, I should start this. Bro, Nike has the best fucking slogan
That-
on this planet.
Holy shit, bro!
Just do it.
You know, Paige,
Yeah.
her dad literally says the same exact
Are you
thing, bro. I
serious?
swear to God, bro.
It's the facts, dude.
Bro, like,
Yeah.
And like, so you're obviously gonna, bro. I failed more times than I've succeeded.
yeah,
Like
100%.
all these things, like I can go into what I fucking suck at and what I didn't succeed on and how much money I lost.
Mhm.
But like, no one wants to hear that. But yeah. So junior year, spent all the money, and then senior year came around, and I was still doing the same thing, making a lot of money, and then GameStop happened,
That's all.
and
I would be in class with Tyler. He would sit in front of me all day in class. All I would see is just GameStop on his thing. That's all you were looking at.
it was like an addiction.
So
It
you was
fun.
in the Reddits, right? You was in the.
So my boy Ben, shout out Ben, genius programmer. He's like same as me but smarter.
Yeah.
And so he got us into Wall Street bets before it was a thing.
Holy
Like
shit.
literally like 20,000 people on the sub.
Holy shit.
So we were like in like the beginning starting this. So we get into GameStop, me and him and Calvin, and we
What date did you get in? Do you remember? Or around?
it was around I started making a lot of money January of 2021. So it was like this November in 2020 is when I started doing the research. And so we opened a fucking Robinhood. We opened a Robinhood account, and I put 20,000 in, and he put 10,000
Oh my
in,
god.
and from there it went up. And there's a point where it hit $60,000,
Oh my god.
and I was having the time of my life. But then one day,
I remember, yeah. but-
one day I was in Mr. Mr. Oliver's anatomy class, and we're taking a quiz, and I'm like, fuck this quiz. Let me check my stocks. And as I look at the computer, it drops from $60,000 to $40,000. I lost
Oh my God.
$20,000 in the span of 2 minutes, and I'm at the point like you ever get like you get so fucking like nauseous that you have to like shit your pants. I think I shit my pants, and like I'm over here like crying. Like,
You're in class,
like-
bro.
I'm like, and then everyone's taking this quiz. They're looking at me, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with Tyler?" And I'm like,
Just lost. So what time was this during school? Like when I know you.
"This
were,
was literally the class before lunch."
No,
so
I'm saying like was it like first marketing period? Do you was it like
it was winter
January.
January,
Wintertime?
January,
Okay.
yeah.
We were in January 27th at 10 grand.
Yeah, and then it fucking so it gets even crazier than this. It drops $20,000 in like 5 minutes, and I'm
So you
sweating.
thinking like I'm pulling now?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did. So the fucking bell rings. I didn't even touch an answer to this quiz.
Fuck the quiz,
So I was
bro.
like, fuck this shit. And so we're eating lunch, and I'm like, fucking dying. Like I don't want to talk. I don't want to eat. I don't want to talk to anyone.
anybody.
And I'm trying to like figure out how to fix it. So it hit the dip. I took all the money out because I didn't want it to like hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I see it slowing down, I'm like, this is a perfect time to put it in to see if it goes back up and make more money. So I put a market buy order in for $5 over the asking price. And if anyone knows stocks here, you know that order is going to hit. Someone's going to give you those shares. But Robinhood fucking completely, I don't want to say the word, but they did not let me buy those shares, and it was like the most scumbag illegal shit ever. And so the order gets rejected, and I knew there were shares there because people were putting in limit orders, and they got the shares. And I put in a market order, which I probably should have done a limit order.
So what's the difference between a limit and a market order?
So a market order is you tell Robinhood that they can buy the shares within a range.
All right.
And if it's in a range, obviously you're going to buy the stock. So it's not like they don't have enough stocks going out.
Mhm.
And a limit order is like, say you want to buy it for $150, it buys at $150. With a market order, it would be
So
$152.
a market order, it can keep going up.
Yeah, well, only
you
a couple
put
dollars.
And you do you put a range? Do you like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
I
set
had
it
a
yourself.
set range, and then like I knew exactly the play I was going to play, and then Robinhood just wouldn't let me buy the stock.
They're a shiesty
And I was
app,
like,
bro.
you motherfuckers. So it took, so I lost out on that. I lost, like, the price went back up, so I lost the 20 grand. Like, I can't get it back now.
Right.
So then I finally put in another order in, and then throughout the next couple months, it went from $40,000 down to $10,000. I'm like, bro, I just lost $20,000 of my own money.
Right.
Because I'll give Ben back his $10,000. I don't give a fuck. Because I got Ben into this in the first place. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just, cut my losses. And the day I was going to pull the money out and just, be clean, I was like, nah, I'll just give it another day.
Ugh.
The next day it shoots back up to like fucking, I don't remember the exact price, but we got back up to $40,000 within the next week. So I was like, this is awesome,
Bro.
And then I just pulled out at like 40K.
Bro, this shit has to mess with your emotions. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
cannot
I was like, I know why Wall Street traders commit suicide all the
That's
time.
what I was
now.
gonna say. Like, it reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street movie. Like,
Yeah,
these guys are just
So you wank twice a day?
get them numbers up.
obviously. You gotta be loose with it.
Easy.
And
It's nuts, man.
yeah, so it was crazy. Like the amount of adrenaline and shit that was released should not be released that much in one day.
That ass,
Like,
bro.
That's how much my teachers are making a year. It's like 40 grand.
And
or
you're
50
making
grand.
that like.
And I
Insane.
yeah, and
It's
we were
making
just
it in a
playing
week.
with it.
And the
Like,
thing is-
but the thing is, I'm retarded, and I shouldn't have been playing with that much money.
But
But-
you can lose it in a matter of minutes.
Exactly.
But
which is
I don't
insane.
know. I feel like you should have, because that's
But
how
it was-
you learn.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I was
And,
gonna say.
Bro, I've learned so much. Like, and that's why I'm not in stocks now, because I learned
yeah.
that it's fucked up.
I've heard, bro. People like who used to day trade are like,
Mhm.
I'm cool off
Yeah.
that.
And it's it's addicting. Like,
Yeah.
it is literally gambling.
I was just gonna say that shit, bro. It's like almost the same thing.
And you can get it. What age can you get into like stocks?
18.
18.
Yeah.
And you can't gamble till you're 21.
Exactly.
I think you can get a studio account under your parents.
You can,
Yeah,
you
Sean
can,
has
yeah,
one.
you can, and you can be like 16 doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And it's crazy because like, and then we can get in like the world of like puts and calls as real gambling. Like that's like you can lose your money in 5 milliseconds, like all of it.
Now what's all right? Explain that. What
Alright.
what do you call it? Puts and calls.
Puts and calls. So they're super complicated, but basically it's a contract saying that you're gonna buy these shares at this price, but 100 of them. So like take what you have and times it by 10. So if your contract goes under the amount of money that is listed at, then it's null and void. So they take all your money.
Oh my god.
And like if you go past the time of no return,
Mm-hmm.
you just lose all your money. But if it's in the green, you can make like 100x.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So it's like real gambling.
high risk, high reward.
Very high risk.
So you ever dabble in that or no?
That one day when it was down to 10 grand, I almost put it on a call, and I would have made like 100,000, but I didn't because I was like,
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you fucking imagine?
that would
You
have been
made
insane.
100,000
And it would have been in a week. I would have made
A senior in high school.
And I was-
Bro,
I
we
was-
he
started off
did. He
40K.
did. Sophomore
yeah,
year.
but it was like you can't look back on those things and say, damn, why did I not do that?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I still at the end of the day like
in the
didn't
in the
matter.
moment when you go back, I know you
Yeah.
know how to change
yeah,
it.
I did the logical thing of just keeping in and not doing this risky play that could have lost me my
Right.
10 grand in
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Do you ever let your emotions get the best of you? Have you before? In
Oh.
plays
Who
like
doesn't?
This?
We're all people. Like
Yeah.
I like the most important thing is to keep your cool, but you're not perfect, and everything like you can just I get mad at my friends, I get mad at my family, like it's just like everyone else.
Mhm.
You've gotten better at that though over time.
Oh, dude,
Being
I
able
used to be when I was like in elementary school. You guys don't know this era of me, but I was a menace. Like I had anger issues
Oh my
until
god,
like
yes,
5th grade.
the stories you used to tell us. At
Like
school.
I would like flip tables and shit.
No
like
way.
I was a little devil, bro. It was
In
bad.
school?
In school,
Damn.
they called the cops on
he a
me when I
gremlin.
was like In Cecilton, yeah, in elementary school, they called the cops on me
They're tasing a
what?
5th grader.
for like flipping tables and shit. I was
What
terrible.
the hell, bro?
Dude, I
That's
was bad.
crazy.
So then, the most important thing is self-awareness. So you gotta like sit your ass down and take like 5 seconds and be like, "Yo, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm a person. I'm doing this, that. Like, be very like analytical with it, and then that's how you find like, I don't understand how like some people have like anxiety, depression. Just sit down and be like, damn, life is great. Like, I'm living right now. So like, you can't really be mad at that much.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you just said that, right? Life is great, but like for people out there who aren't making 40, however much money you're making with no job, like what would you say to them? Like it's hard for some people, like in the rat race, going to school.
And if you were in their position,
Yeah.
like, do you think you would still be thinking like that?
See, that's like so hard. That's
Yeah,
putting
bro.
yourself in other people's shoes.
And it's
and,
different mindsets
Like,
too.
all right, say everything got taken away from me, and I was living under a bridge with
Mhm.
nothing to my name. I feel like I'd still get out and become, I don't want to say rich, but I'll be successful.
Easy.
It's just you have to have the mindset already there to
That's
be
good.
successful.
So you already have that mindset.
Yeah.
Because
It's all about
and you see that it's working already. Because
exactly.
You're already
And you
making that
can like
money.
so I would be like, don't give people like money. Don't just give them like you gotta give them the mindset, and then they can do it. Yo, did we catch that on the mic?
I was gonna put it down there. I didn't wanna be-
But I'm saying too, people have to have that work ethic too.
Oh, 100%.
And heads do not have
Some
that
people,
shit at all.
I mean,
Wait,
some
but-
people do and some
But
people
laziness can sometimes come to your advantage because it makes you find the most efficient way to do something.
Mhm.
And if you're on a time, my favorite thing in school was to not study for test or quizzes and not do my homework until the second they're due. So I would do my homework in front of the teacher and turn it in, and I wouldn't study for the vocab test until I walked to the class in the hallway, and like because it pushes yourself,
Yeah,
and it
for
gives
sure.
you like constraint and like schedule, and it's really important.
Dude, I love doing that. Like I love backing myself into a corner to the point where I'm like,
It's, yeah,
I gotta get the.
you
I
gotta
gotta
Because
see
it's
get
a
out.
different type of
You
grind.
gotta
Like, you
see-
have
yeah,
to
you
get
gotta
out.
see
There's
what
no
you
other
have.
option.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
to do
it's
it.
crazy. I feel like that's when I work best is when like I'm like
when
like,
it's
right,
last minute and stuff.
exactly.
or when I have
And
just
then-
like everything piled on my schedule, like just like to the point where you almost can't get everything done,
Exactly.
and you're like losing sleep because you're doing
Mhm.
other shit.
Like
I feel
like
that's the
sometimes I
best.
would stay up to like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to finish the project. And now
Hell
now-
yeah, those
that's
damn
just-
Caravel Academy papers,
Yeah, the
15
papers.
page.
Yeah.
I did that 2 weeks late, and I still
Yeah.
got like an
Bro,
80.
because in class, all you would be doing is looking at stocks.
Damn
that's all you- that's all
GameStop.
That's what I'm
you would
saying.
Damn GameStop.
You gotta be in there and be
Mhm.
like, I don't need school. Like, I just don't need it. Like, you're already making more than the teachers.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what
like,
that's what like I would
But
tell the teacher.
it gets to you. It gets to your head.
Yeah.
Like, you're not. No one's better than anybody.
Right.
So
correct,
you
yeah.
you gotta just take it face value. And like the teachers are obviously probably smarter than me. They know a lot
Right.
more, and like they could do what I'm doing times 10. So I can't judge. It's
And
just what they choose to do.
Yeah. Easy.
you have a very good mindset.
Thank you. I
Learning that
appreciate
you're very humble too. Like, you know what you're doing, but you're not taking anything for granted.
it. Yeah.
As I was about
That's
to say, you're
good.
one of the most humble people I know with their
That's
money
good.
and stuff. Like you don't flaunt it. You know what I mean? Like and you know what to do with it now that you're like maturing and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, some you do some stupid stuff.
Oh
but
yeah,
at
you
times.
always have to have fun, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely. I'll probably slow down the next couple of years.
Mhm. And just try to
Mhm.
save up more and
Mhm.
invest it more.
Oh yeah.
Talk about some of these trips you've taken. I was
Alright.
looking through your Instagram the other day. You're all over the place. It's awesome.
So I feel like it all started with this Outer Banks trip that we went on. How old were we, Calvin? You were probably a sophomore. I was probably a
I was,
freshman.
like, 15.
Yeah, so we go on this crazy. So like, this is the first time ever out of the house without my parents, kind of.
Okay.
So we're like, let's go to Outer Banks. It was me, Calvin, Ben, and Garrison, right? No, you weren't there.
I
Yeah,
wasn't there for that
it was
one.
like
I
me and like
with the
3
early
other
guys.
guys, and we took our. Ben had a Jeep and Garrison had a Jeep. So we drove down to the Outer Banks, which is what, like 8 hours,
Yeah.
Around there.
and
About.
like all by yourself. So I was like 15 maybe, like not with mom, not with dad, and it was just my boys, and we were bullying.
Best time ever.
Yeah,
right?
so we're camp. So we had this grand scheme of camping, making bonfires, eating out, surfing, just having a blast on the beach. And we get down there, and Garrison pulls out the tent that we're gonna camp in, and there's no fucking poles to this tent.
Oh my god.
So we're like, what the fuck? Where are we gonna sleep now? So we're 8 hours away from home with no safety plan, and we're like 2 hours from the next Walmart. So we're like, fuck
holy
this. We're not
shit.
going back. Like, there's not a soul in sight. It's only us on this, like, super deep in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, it's
And we're like, all right, fuck. And like everyone's getting pissy at this point. It's like 2 a.m, and we're like, what are we gonna do? Because we're like walking around all night trying to find sticks and shit to put up this tent. Wasn't working. And so we're like, all right, whatever. Get out the lawn chairs. So 3 of them get lawn chairs, and they're just like in the most reclined position, trying to fall asleep
right.
at the Outer Banks, and
On the beach.
all on the beach on the sand. And so I sleep on top of Ben's Jeep because he had a roll cage on the roof, so it was like pretty flat. So I slept up there. I think the rest of the boys, they didn't really sleep because they were in the lawn chairs, and we just put on a podcast all night long, and we just listened to Joe Rogan all night long. And so we woke up, and then we drove 8 hours back the next day. We were supposed to spend a week there. We were supposed to spend a week there, and that's what started my like love for like just sending it.
This travel.
Yeah.
You like the travel? Where
I
else?
love traveling.
So how many times have you been outside the country?
Well, I haven't been to like Europe or like I've been to Central America, but I've only been in like the Caribbean a bunch. Like that's mainly where I go because I just love the beach so much. But let me think. I've probably been out of the country more than like 15, 20 times.
And how old are you?
I'm 19.
That's crazy.
But half of it is like my parents, they're super awesome, and they always like to go on cruises. So every year we go on a
okay.
cruise.
That's love.
And like
cool.
we visit a bunch of islands that way. But
Isn't that shit the best, bro?
I love cruises. You can get
Oh,
lit.
not the cruises, just like the tropics. Like
The tropics. Yeah, it's
just,
like
being
island
down
life.
there.
It's almost like too good to be true because
It is, bro.
if you're there for too long, I
Yes,
feel like you just
bro.
get lazy.
Yeah, hell
So
yeah.
you always gotta come back.
Hell yeah.
But
It's good to stay grounded and stay balanced.
and St. Thomas is where you really started your
Oh,
your
hell
business
yeah.
too, right? Because I remember we would talk in school and you're like, yeah, I went to St. Thomas. Like, I'm starting to think of, like, because I remember you talked to, like, our lunch day, we were like, yeah, I think I might start 18. I was like, what?
I have 2 insane St. Thomas stories.
All right,
Go ahead,
for it.
brother. Please go ahead.
So the first one, I was with 2 other friends. Shout out Ben. I don't really talk to the other kid, but he was cool. And so we go to St. Thomas. But before this, I'm kind of jumping like all across the timeline. I had this grand idea when I was like 14. I went on this cruise with my parents to St. Thomas. I'm like, where the fuck are these ATMs at? Like, I'm trying to pay this like as a 14-year-old. Like, who the hell thinks this? I was like, I'm trying to pay these damn taxi drivers, and there's no ATMs, and they all take cash. The taxi's cash. The storefronts are mostly cash. So it's cash everywhere, but there's no ATMs. So I turned 17. I'm like, let's go to St. Thomas and try to put ATMs down in this place. And I'm like, so me, Ben, and Ryan go down to St. Thomas. And this is like farthest I traveled without my parents. Again, I was 17. And so we take like the shittiest Spirit flight possible. It was like a $50 Spirit flight. It left at like 12 at night, like 12, and then it went to like, it had a layover that was 12 hours long in Miami.
God.
So, like, I didn't know what I was doing booking this
Right,
flight.
yeah.
And
You're like, this is good.
yeah, I was like, whatever. So we were like,
$15?
dude, I was like up so long, I started like hallucinating in the
Holy
airport.
shit.
I was like, this shit is fucking crazy. So we were up all night long, got on the Spirit flight from Philly to Miami, then Miami to St. Thomas, and we land there. And then we're like, all right, how the fuck are we going to get around this island? So we go to all these car rental places. And they're like, Mr. McMullen, I'm sorry you're not 25. You got to be 25 to rent these cars. I'm like, fuck. So then we find this one place. It's called Rent-A-Motion, and they had dirt bikes,
Oh, my
and you had to
God.
be 18 to rent dirt bikes. So I'm like, this is fucking perfect. But at the time I was 17.
I was just gonna say.
but I had a fake ID,
Hey,
so I gave him my
there
fake
it
ID.
is. At 21 or 18.
It was at it was
It
at
was like the
22.
age
I was
said.
17, and my fake ID said I was 22.
What the fuck?
And it worked perfectly. He was from my fake ID was from South Carolina, and the dude that was working there was an American, and he was also from South Carolina.
So what's the capital?
Literally, he was asking me all these questions about like Myrtle Beach and like all these locations. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Tweaking, bro.
I'm like, just give me the bike.
Right, bro. Like, damn.
I'm paying you. Just give me the bike.
Yeah, so we get these bikes. We had, they were these Honda 250s, and if you don't know dirt bikes, 250s are big ass bikes, and they can go fast. So we had 2 of those, and then we had one 150 Honda, which was a little moped. And driving up and down this island isn't like driving to like PA or Maryland. The island itself is a damn mountain. So you're going like straight up, and then these turns are like 90-degree turns, and then also on the island, I kid you not, drunk driving is legal.
No way.
So you gotta watch out for all these drunks trying to drive you
they're
off the road.
drinking cocktails.
Yeah,
while
no,
they drive.
they're drinking cruising rum, drinking Coronas, and they do not give a fuck. So they're like, fuck these tourists. I almost got ran off the road like 10 times on these stupid
Holy
bikes.
shit, dude.
So we go to like all these malls and shopping centers without like we're like stupid ass kids. We don't have a pitch prepared. We don't have any like material ready to start this business. We just have the idea. So we go up to all these like storefronts and malls. We're like, do you guys need ATMs? Do you need ATMs? So we hit all these places. We have like a bunch of pending like negotiation contracts, but we're only there for a week. So we couldn't like stay the next week to like talk to them again. And so we end up going back home. We had a bunch of people say they're going to call us back. They obviously never call us back because it's island time. Like they're all laid back. They probably forgot it the next 10 seconds.
Easy.
And so it was kind of a failed mission, but it was great. It
was a good experience.
Yeah, it was like a good time to get out of the house and like just see new people, see new things, and it was beautiful there. Megan's Bay, I think, is the second best beach in the Caribbean. Yeah, it's insane.
Right,
and we had like it was the most freedom I've ever had because we were by ourselves. We had this awesome Airbnb. We had these dirt bikes that we could drive anywhere at any time.
It's like
That's awesome. That's
it's
like the dream
a
vacation.
dream. I'm about to say.
Seriously.
It was perfect. Like no better experience than that.
Like that's insane. Dude.
Yeah,
I would
you're
recommend
17
it
years
to
old.
anybody.
So you went down to St. Thomas. You didn't close any deals.
No deals, no nothing.
So and you're running ATMs now. How did you get from there to where you are now?
So-
with ATMs?
Well, hang on. I want to hear the second St. Thomas story.
Well, that kind of goes in with this other
okay.
ATMs.
All right.
So, the first one was super fun, and then we're kind of professionals now because we're gonna do it again, and like take 2. So we do the same thing. We get there, we rent the same dirt bikes,
Same place.
same exact random motion, but this time I give him my real ID because now I'm
Yeah.
18.
He said, "Damn, this song says Delaware."
And this time I'm with Calvin and Ben, and then my boy Josh. Shout out Josh. I got him into the
Dolls.
ATM. He's very good at sales, very good at credit. Man's awesome. So we go down there, and before we went down there this time, we actually called the places. We were smart with it. So we're like, hey, we're going to be down there next week. Like, are you guys interested? If they said no, we just wouldn't even show up. If they said yes, we'd go there and get all their information. So we go down there, we get the bikes again, and this is crazy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 of us, and we got 3 scooters. So one guy had to be on the back of a bike. And my boy Josh, he's a lineman.
Pretty big kid. He's a pretty big
Pretty
kid.
big kid.
So he had his own bike.
No, he got on the back.
He was
of the
on
bike.
How did he?
So-
Wait,
Yeah, you
why was
have
he
a
on the
video of
back?
this?
Yeah.
All right,
I'll
we'll
send
throw
it.
that
I'll
shit
send
up.
it.
We'll
Send-
throw
you
that
send
shit
it
up.
to me.
It is the
Yeah.
funniest shit ever. And like he's huge, and so he's on my back, and these brakes like
Holy
these are
shit.
these are like they're good bikes, they're big bikes, but our suspension was flat out, our brakes
Josh
didn't
has
work,
to do the braking.
and we're flying like 60 miles an hour down these road, and I kid you not, these drivers do not know how to drive. They'll just step on the brake, and I'm over here locking up, like almost like head-on collision in like with other vehicles. There's a drunk driver behind us. It was raining, and I slam on the brakes, and like this guy's like 2 feet away from hitting me, and I'm sliding. If you lock up the brakes on a bike, you're basically dead. You can't control it that much. So I'm like sliding sideways. I somehow keep the bike up, and the dude rolls past, stops, gives me the finger, and just keeps going. I'm like, bro, you almost killed me.
Yeah, what the hell, bro? Are
And,
you wearing helmets?
Yeah, they make
All right,
you wear a
that's
helmet.
good. I would hope so.
And then like we had like crazy, like this other guy cut me off on the main highway. So like there's main highway's on the outer rim of the island. So we're on the outer rim next to the big malls and stuff, and like where the town is. So he cuts me off, so I have to like jump up on the sidewalk, and not knowing the sidewalk was the sidewalk to the police station. So it was like I was going like 60 miles an hour on the like sidewalk to the police station. Police officers like at the door like just looking at me.
Shit.
They probably couldn't even care less.
Yeah, hell no. They're
They're
on
so-
island time.
Yeah, they're on island
Listening
time.
to your life is like crazy. Like I
It's
cannot
really like
believe
a
this is
movie.
real.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
You think they're gonna make a movie out of you?
Why would
They
they?
should.
There's so many cooler people.
I haven't met much.
Bro, just
You only
Just
19,
do it.
bro.
Tyler,
Just do it.
If you had some, like, would you let somebody make a movie of you, like your
Oh,
whole
yeah.
life?
yeah.
Like you're 19 years old and you've done all this stuff. Like,
I would
it's
let the
crazy.
guy just like do it. Like I wouldn't tell him what to do. I would just like tell him what I
Have
did,
fun,
and then
and
have
let
fun
him
with the
do it.
movie.
Yeah,
That's like
that would
you don't
be
want to
awesome.
control it.
Right. So how did you get into this ATM and where you are now?
So we got smart with it. We called him beforehand. We got down there, and then we have 2 contracts. We have one with it's called Compass Rose Tattoo. It's like this big tattoo shop on the island, and they only take cash. So it's like perfect.
Yeah.
They're gonna get like 10 people a day using it.
Easy.
Surcharge fees like $5. That's like easily $50 profit a day, like passively. And then there's this other place called Iguana Jacks, and they're a little store in Havenside Mall. And Havenside Mall gets 2 million people in there a year. So it's like 2 million people a year, and all of them need cash. So they're gonna find this ATM.
Now how many ATMs were in that mall that you know of?
So I called the mall up. I'm like, yo, you guys got any ATMs? And they're like, last year it got removed. He's like, I don't know why it got removed, and we need one. I'm like, I'll be down there in a minute.
Wow.
Perfect time,
Yeah.
bro.
So like, it's like perfect opportunity. All these people wanted these ATMs, and I have the 2 contracts.
So can you just talk a little bit more on like how you got the contracts and then like how are you
Yeah.
getting the ATM and everything? Like
So this is like up to real time right now.
yeah.
So I have these contracts.
You just got like the second one,
I
right?
have 2 ATMs that I own right now, but I have to buy 2 more. So I have one in Dover in another tattoo shop right now, and then I have another contract for this place in Middletown called Eco-Centric Salon. But then I have also the ones in St. Thomas that I'm trying to get to, but I need like way more money and time kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
So
But you have the contracts.
yeah, I have that. So and like it's time sensitive because they want them fast, and so I went down to the store, and then they had interest because we talked to them on the phone, and then it was me and Josh, and we would just go up and like kind of cold call them, and walk up to them and we would have a whole script written out, and then we would say like verbatim to them, and just like the marketing is the most important thing ever. If you know how to sell something to somebody, it doesn't matter what it is. But like if you're a good person, you're gonna sell good products. But it's like so easy to sell stuff if you know the right way to do it, and it's like your conversion rates go through the roof. So we sold them on it. They accepted. Josh did a lot of the selling. He's really good at that, and yeah, they were happy about it.
so you buy the ATM yourself and then you
Yeah, it's honest. You can get an ATM anywhere. Like they're on
Okay.
Amazon.
How much are they?
Mine are 2,500, but they're like super sexy. Like Gen Mega Onyx. Shout out to the ATM company.
Hey.
They're pretty nice, and yeah. So you buy the ATM, and then you have to find ATM processors, which is like a whole nother feat for like people. So then you have to like have them connect to the Visa network, the
Yeah.
Mastercard network, the Amex network.
Because there's just so many cards that can
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
go
yeah.
through it. And
So
stuff.
like you have to find the perfect payment processor, make sure they're not taking a lot of your money, and and it's like very outdated business they're doing. Like it's not all online. Like I had to like call these motherfuckers up and be like, yo, set this thing up. I need processing.
Yeah.
Like they would be on the we had like technicians on the phone setting up the ATMs, and it's like old school type stuff. And
Right.
I wasn't really used to it because I'm used to like hitting 2 buttons on the internet and selling product, and not talking to people
Dude,
in life.
that's what's crazy to me. You're 17 years old talking on the phone to these people. Like trying
Yeah.
to figure out how to like it's wild. Like it's crazy.
And so yeah, so then you use your own money, and obviously like there's a cassette in the ATM that you put your money in, and more money you have in it, the more money you make. Because the less you refill it is less time
Okay.
you're there.
So you have to go out and refill them all the time.
probably have to go tomorrow to Dover.
And
Refill
so
that one.
But
how
you
much?
live close there.
Yeah.
How much are you putting in there?
So it depends. The one in Dover, I can get away with like only $2,000 or $3,000 in $20 bills because I'm so close. But once I get the ATMs in St. Thomas, don't
You're
tell
gonna
the
have to-
people that live around there, but I'll probably put like $50,000 to $20,000 in one ATM.
Right.
Just
Don't
so
tell the people who puts it on YouTube.
If you're living in St. Thomas, do not go to Compass Rose Tattoo.
Okay.
but the thing is, like when you put like you're putting a lot of money into that ATM.
I've seen people jack ATMs.
Yeah.
On,
Oh yes,
on
it's
TikTok.
an ugly thing.
Yeah.
And
like-
if you do,
And so
go fuck yourself.
if somebody does jack the ATM, what happens with that money?
So then like it goes. I'm not making the face at you. I'm making it at the insurance companies because you have to get ATM insurance,
Yeah.
and that's a whole rabbit hole because it's like super expensive and like it takes it's like personal insurance. Like who the fuck gives good insurance to a kid? So like
Yeah,
I have to go
exactly.
against that because they're like this kid owning this business trying to get insurance for $2 million and
Your
like
rate's
liability.
disgusting.
Yeah, they're like this kid shouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just listening to a podcast on like this exotic car guy. It was the Naka Power Radio.
Yeah.
I sent you that one. And they asked him this question: if you had like 1,500 right now, $2,000 right now, and you were right now 2022, where would you start? What would you do with that $2,000?
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. And
I'm a podcaster now. I gotta ask good questions.
my answer isn't what I would tell other people to do. This is what I just personally would do because this is what I know. I would put I put a put option on Pfizer. And I know we can't talk about
Right
that.
now,
Right now, like Monday
Still.
I'm doing that, yeah.
really.
So a put option it's the gambling kind and it means it's going to go down. And that's what I would do with $2,000 right now.
But you think it's gonna go in green with Pfizer?
No, I'm saying it's going down.
Why? So why would you put that in?
Speculation. I'm not. I don't know. Like, well, I have like all these like things that we can't talk about because we can't, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
I
So
know. They got
what a
people
shame.
listening.
I would be telling you guys the secret sauce, but I can't.
We'll get that after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After,
All right,
tell
say that you
guys.
don't know that. What
Okay,
else
if
would
I
you
didn't
do?
know that and I had $2,000,
Yeah.
I would honestly. That's a good question. Because this is kind of like starting over.
Yeah.
I would probably. The easiest thing to do right now. So $2,000 is not enough to make a Facebook product because you need a lot in ads. So I'd
Yeah.
probably go with like Amazon FBA, where you buy your product from wherever you get it, and then you ship it to Amazon, and then they fulfill it. And like I would say, don't like shoot for big margins. Just cut everyone in half, get that initial investment back, grow your Amazon account, and then do the same exact thing, and then increase your margins. Because it's like it's kind of the same thing as eBay, but just more efficient.
I was gonna ask you in the beginning when you were talking about, because you just said the Amazon fulfills the orders. When you first started, when you were on eBay, were you sending out were you
yeah.
packaging shit and sending that shit
That's
out?
where I
Yeah.
was about to bring it up. Like sometimes Tyler would he would package stuff during school.
Like, bro, that's like
I would
that's
have-
so tedious and
I would-
annoying, dude.
I would have like hundreds of shipments going out every single day, and I would have to be at the post office. But the shitty thing is, school closes at like 3, and the post office closes at like 3:30, and like I can't go there before, so I'm over here like. This is before I could drive even. Like, my sister would be driving me to the post office every single day with hundreds of packages.
Shout
And
out Brianna for doing
Brianna, I
that.
love you. I love you, bro.
That's insane, bro.
And so I would have a label printer, and I would have like hundreds and hundreds. I still have hundreds and hundreds of envelopes in my basement. And I hit go on the label printer, and I have mile-long strips of labels. We can put that up there. It's pretty cool. And like it's just like shipping labels, and I would put them on the envelopes, put them in a big like the bin I would have is like this big, so it would barely fit in the door of a car.
Yeah.
And when I was doing I had like another venture capital pursuits, and like that's when I like started selling a lot on eBay. I would fill up the back of my dad's pickup truck completely with electronics,
That's nuts, dude.
and it was crazy. Took a lot of time. We would have these days called packing days. That's when a shipment would come in. I'd call all my friends over. I'm like, guys, we got a lot of.
We got a lot of stuff
we
to
have
do.
1,500 controllers to pack right now.
It's
I
like
gotta
the-
sell them tomorrow.
Avengers assemble.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
And we're all
nice.
sitting in a circle in the basement, and it's like, I feel like we're in a sweatshop just putting these packages together, and we're just there for hours doing it.
Oh my
But
God.
bro, that's good.
That's the
was-
grind.
it was
for
fun.
real.
It was
I
fun.
know you would 100% rather do that than clock in at a fucking
Oh yeah,
job.
100%.
9 to 5,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. What are your goals for where you're taking this venture capitalist shit? What
Oh,
would you like? 10 years, where do you want to be?
10 years,
Let's go 5 years.
5 years.
24 years old.
I feel
Where
like
do you wanna
this is a really good foundation that I have right now, and I feel like it's only exponential from here. Like, once you have money, it is so much easier to make money.
Easy.
Like,
Yeah.
it took me, so I'm 19 right now, from 16 years old with $200 to however much I have right now. It took me that long. So like 5 years. And so now I have all my money right now, and then 5 more years is going to be exponential.
be?
And you know what to
And-
do with it.
Yeah, like my plan is to get at least 10 ATMs by the end of this year. Next year, probably like 50.
Ugh.
And then always have an exit strategy. So if you don't, like, always have a plan if shit hits a fan. Like, I would have that with eBay. I would have that with selling whatever, fixing iPhone screens. I would always have a plan. If that didn't work, do something else.
That's a
That
good
should be a
quote.
slogan right
He
there.
said-
Always
he said,
have a
always have a
plan.
plan if shit hits the fan.
Oh, really?
Put that on a shirt or something. Make some
Like, in
birds.
school, Tyler would be doing like side hustles. Like people, I swear, there would be kids at lunch who would be like, "Can you fix my phone for me?" The next day, Tyler would bring in a brand new screen and fix it during lunch. He would be screwing bolts, and then like people would be like feeding him fries and stuff.
It was like I was working against the clock. It takes like an hour to fix a phone screen, and I was like
It's like-
45 minutes
it's
at
like-
lunch. I'm in here going crazy.
It's like he would be like a doctor would be like scalpel. And she would just, like,
I'm
hand
like,
him
tape.
stuff. Yeah.
Bro, that's insane.
Oh, what was I saying? I forget.
No. I had another question.
Oh no, we were asking about like where you want to be 5 years.
Oh yeah. So always have an exit strategy. I want to have like 100 ATMs and then sell the company for like 10 million bucks because I love doing the ATM stuff, but it's not gonna be the forever. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to stick to one thing and do it the rest of your life.
But that's what you're planning on riding
yeah,
on right
for now for 5 years, and then I'm gonna sell it for a lot because God knows this cryptocurrency bullshit
It's
is
just
gonna, so cash is gonna be irrelevant
Yes,
anyways.
sir.
So you gotta get out of it, and then I'll have enough money to go into my next venture capital.
Go ahead, talk about what you know in the crypto wave, the meta.
See, this is actually crazy. He's like, remember the guy Ben I was telling you about, Genius,
Mm-hmm.
bro? We were in Bitcoin when it was like $100. Like we had Bitcoin.
You're on some Jake Paul shit, bro. He put his
Bro.
first Vine check in Bitcoin.
We had a fucking Bitcoin miner when it was. We would make a Bitcoin a week. That's
You're
6.
lying.
Like how much is Bitcoin right now? I don't even look.
48.
Yeah. So if we had
Is it
that thing
that?
running,
Yeah, it's down like 40.
so we didn't know this because obviously we were dumbasses. Like we were making $40,000 a week, making a Bitcoin a week with a Bitcoin miner. How old? Do you remember how old we were? Yeah, like 12
Oh
or 13
my
with a
God,
Bitcoin miner,
bro.
and Ben's a genius. We're cranking out these Bitcoins, but at that time it was only like we make like $2 a day or something.
But like, bro,
Do you
where
still-
where is that? Where's
Yeah,
all
where-
that?
So I sold the Bitcoin miner, and we have a wallet somewhere, and we don't know the login, or so it's
Dude,
like
that's
it's
what you were.
lost.
That's
So
how
how much-
you were saying earlier.
Oh,
There's
How
so
much money do you think
things.
is in that account right now?
We had over like 3 or 4 Bitcoins.
That's what Dustin was talking
200K
about.
easy. There's
Yeah,
so much money.
but
Just
it was
Floating.
funny.
There's so much stuff
It was
out there
funny
in wilds
because
that people just
My
don't know
dad, he was
passwords
like, I love my dad. Shout out my dad. He went snowmobiling last weekend, didn't take me, but you get over it. So we had the Bitcoin miner in our guest room in our house, and it like, bro, this thing sucked power. So
Yeah.
like the room was like 110 degrees. And my dad's like, Tyler, what the fuck are you doing with this machine in my house using all my damn power? And I'm like, I don't know, we're just making Bitcoin. And like this is like 2012. Like this is stummy early.
Dude, this is like
no one
insane,
knew.
bro.
No one knew what fucking Bitcoin was, and we had.
Oh my
This is
God.
funny. We had the second model of this Bitcoin miner ever. So this is like it's called an ant miner, and they have an ant miner. They probably have like the ant miner 20 right now. We had the ant miner 2. So like this was right off the grip,
Holy fuck.
and So my
Dude,
dad
insane.
unplugs it. He's like, "Stop wasting all my damn power." and
Yeah,
heating
because
my
that
house
dude,
up."
that shit is like
Yeah.
you were racking up the
And
bill.
like years and years later, he's like, "Damn, Tyler, I should let you
Seriously.
keep making those Bitcoin."
Bro,
But who would have known?
All right.
Like, you can't know that.
right, that's next level
Brian.
shit, dude.
Brian McMullen.
Oh my God.
So are you involved in the digital space, crypto at all?
Once I got out of GameStop, I just stopped all of that.
Yeah. You're
I
not
don't want to say
buying
it's rigged.
NFTs?
You can make money, dude. Like,
A lot of people say all the money's been made. Like you can make a little. You're not getting.
well, no,
like,
that's not true at all because there's always money to be made.
Yeah.
But
everywhere.
not like the 100
Yeah,
million.
yeah. So if you ever find if you could get on NFTs when it became hot, like
Mhm.
everyone remembers when it like started,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
If you got in there, yeah, you would be rich. But like getting in now,
It's a little late.
It's
yeah,
saturated.
It's
as
almost
hell.
like entropy. Like everything goes from very good to very shit fast. Same with iPhone chargers. It was extremely good when I was selling them. If you sold them right now, you'd make shit money.
So how do you know when it's gonna be good? Like when the right
You don't.
time?
That's why you
Yeah.
gotta start
You
just
just bet.
doing random shit.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And then hopeful that it just
Yeah.
it hits.
So like that's the thing. The difference between like successful people and unsuccessful people. The successful people just never stop.
And they take chances.
Yeah, and you gotta take a lot of chance and just don't stop. Like I didn't stop when my shoelace company was dog shit. I didn't stop when like I lost so much money in here and there. I didn't stop when the $200 got stolen. I didn't stop. Like just keep going.
Yeah.
So if that $200 got stolen and you didn't have the $100, you think you would be here right now? Like in that position.
Nah,
you were.
but-
In that
Because
position, I was on the edge. I was like, this sucks, dick.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't have taken the eBay route because I would be like, fuck eBay, fucker
Uh-huh.
stole $300 of mine. I'd probably do something else.
Mhm.
But I don't like you can never tell.
But I feel like everything you've done got you to the position you're at
Yeah.
right now, especially with all that marketing.
Well, that's the
and stuff.
thing. You gotta it's the fundamentals. You gotta build yourself up.
Mhm.
Like surround yourself with all these things, and then obviously, like you're like, oh, it's meant to be. No, it's not fucking meant to be. You just do it,
Mhm.
and I don't know.
I've just been like shaking my head
I-
for like
dude,
the
I
last
know.
like 2 minutes.
I'm just listening. Like it's insane.
like honestly, bro, I think you're the smartest person who I've sat down and talked like this for however long we've been going, and like you're easily the
Bro,
smartest
that's
person.
not
I know.
true at all.
No,
But
I'm
I know
saying
it's
like
ten,
just
I
like
know-
talking about.
I
all
know
this
a
shit.
bajillion people.
I guess.
We
that-
don't like we.
No, no.
That's
No,
what
not
I'm
even.
saying.
It's all retrospectively. Like you gotta look at it. So like everyone has the ability to do anything they want. It's just the path they take. Like.
All right,
like,
let me
no one's-
rephrase that. At our age,
Yeah.
you are the smartest person I've talked to like this.
Not
Easy.
even that.
bro.
Everyone has the
Wait,
ability.
let him keep going
All right,
on
so
that.
look, I was getting like D's and F's in school, right? These motherfuckers getting straight A at Caravel Academy. They could do what I was doing with ease. Like you don't have to be a brainiac to do what I did. It's just doing it.
It's just. I don't
So
know-
smartest
I don't know-
isn't the
I don't
word
know
then.
how to-
Smartest
I don't know
isn't
how
the
to
word.
put it. It's like you don't need to be smart to do what you're doing. I'm not saying you're smart because you're
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
the smartest kids
No, no.
I know.
No,
That
he's
I-
not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not like I am simple-minded.
I'm
Be
saying-
efficient. Be efficient.
I'm
not,
saying
though,
in the
be-
real world. You know what I mean? Like you're one of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
smartest people I know what to do with their money, what to do with the money. You know what I mean?
But also your mindset is very well.
See, I appreciate
built.
it. And
Like
that's what
the
people gotta
way
work
I hear
on.
you talk about stuff, like how you're like, you gotta keep going, like keep doing all that.
I know.
stuff.
I probably sound like a stupid football.
No,
No,
but
hell no,
I,
bro.
like-
You just spit
Yeah.
facts for like like that last 10 minutes where you two were just like looking at each other. Like, bro, that was straight
Yeah.
insane, bro. Like
Yeah.
people watching this shit are gonna be like,
No,
Like if you
it
actually
gets
watch
better.
this,
It
you
gets
gotta
better.
listen the whole thing. Just listen to him talk. It's nuts.
Like literally, we just been sitting here for like 40
I
minutes
know.
hearing you
Just
talk,
listen.
Appreciate
and I feel like
he starts crying.
It's like I've known you for a while, but like me and you've never sat down and
got
just
into
talked about this.
into the
You know what I
dirt.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I always thought we would do it sometime, but like, it's just crazy now sitting down and just like hearing it,
Yeah.
and then so many more other people are gonna hear it too.
But it's all
crazy.
like perspective, because if you make like whatever you want to do, your day to like everyone thinks their day to day life is boring, and you're like, oh, look at that person doing their shit. No, bro, I gotta go home and I have to look at the computer for 3 hours when I get home. No one wants to do that.
Yeah.
No one wants to look at like eBay messages, like customer. You don't want to do. I'm doing customer service when I get home. I gotta like someone's trying to scam me on eBay right now. I gotta reply. I gotta contact. Like no one wants to do that dirty stuff at all. Like everyone likes to put out like the best part of everything, but it's deeper.
On social media and
Yeah.
shit. I've seen your socials. What do you do in your free time? I know you like to ski. You do a little bit of photography, videography too.
I would like to get more into it,
Yeah.
but I have like a Canon M50 camera. I take pictures. Calvin's really good at photography. He has a account. What's the account? Shore
Drop,
side.
throw that shit up.
Put it
Shore
up.
side
Put it up.
Obviously.
He's really good.
We got
He
you.
got me into a lot of photography, and yeah, my biggest passion was ice hockey.
Yeah,
I
I remember
loved
you was
ice hockey.
playing that shit.
You still pick up the skates every once in a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
yeah.
I got this beer league that I play for, and I play with
Damn.
I play with like 80-year-old men sometimes. They're talking about their wife. I'm over here like, yeah, that's sick.
You decking them up against the wall or not?
No check.
Yeah.
So it's like filthy hands. You get the goals and just dangle these old heads and go home.
Damn,
fun.
that's lit. So
Yeah.
what do you do in your free time other than?
Well, then I do. So I love skiing. I love snowboarding. It's a lot of winter things.
You do
Yeah.
both ski and snowboard?
Yeah,
Which one do you like more?
I gotta go with skiing.
Really?
I'm probably equally as good at both, but skiing is just. It's because I like to ice skate, so it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
it's
That's
just
okay,
what,
that
longer.
makes sense.
That's what someone just. Who just told me that? Yeah, he
Yeah.
just said, "Are you good at ice skating?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You'll be good at skiing."
Exactly.
'Cause I'm good
I'm
at snowboarding.
horrible at ice skating.
Oh
Me and-
boy,
me
get
and
Jack on
Dak
the
might try
board.
that shit
I am.
next year.
I am getting
Like,
skis. I am getting skis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just talking to my uncle the other day. He's like, I can get you a free pair of skis.
Get that shit
I
this
have-
week.
I have
'cause
extra,
Yeah,
we
for
I have
real.
extra,
slide
I
up,
have extra boots if you want them.
All right.
I got you.
and then in the summer you slide down to the beach.
Go to the
The
beach.
boats.
I go to. I love to travel, so I like to go to St. Thomas. You know,
Mhm.
I want to travel a lot this summer.
Yeah.
And,
What are your plans this summer?
Dude.
Where are you going?
The next place I want to go is Boca Chica, Texas. It's right on the Gulf Coast, and I'm not going because it's pretty there, but it is pretty there. The Elon and his Starship, it's the biggest rocket launch ever. So like all these needle dick rockets going up, they're nothing. Like compared to the rocket that sent people to the moon, his is like almost twice as big as that.
Holy shit!
Like people don't know this. I need to post a picture on my story, but like
throw it up.
throw it up. This thing is fucking huge, and I'm going to see that
When's the
launch
launch?
off.
Wow.
I
That's awesome.
think 2 months from now.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go there. I'm getting all my boys. We're probably gonna get like an RV or something and like
Oh my
camp
God.
down there.
Bro,
And
that's
watch the rocket
so
launch. Biggest
fire.
rocket launch ever.
Holy
That's
shit!
insane.
Dude's
And what,
life is
Elon's
just a
doing it?
movie.
Elon Musk, shout him out. Put him over there.
Put him up there. Nobody
You don't know who Elon
Did y'all
Musk
know?
is,
Did
bro.
y'all know? Y'all know he's 6'4"?
What?
Yo,
Damn,
like,
Elon.
like you really don't know how tall bulls are. Like
Like
we were
Ferg.
screaming about
Ferg.
Ferg.
God,
He's
6'7".
6'7". Like, bro, that shit is stupid, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro, like, and
Yeah,
bro,
dead ass, bro.
Bro, James Harden is like 6'5", and they said like Daryl Morey's like 6'3".
What?
Like it's just like people don't even know how tall they are.
And I feel like if you just in the basketball realm, you over
Yeah,
you over
yeah,
6.
But all right. Serious question: if you could talk to Elon for 5 minutes, what would you talk to him about?
Are you even getting anything out of 5 minutes though?
Not
If
really.
no,
Like
I
I
mean,
hate like it's like the Jay-Z question, bro.
Yeah.
No, but like
It's like, would you go to dinner with?
no,
I
no, no.
know.
If you could like pitch him something for like a couple of minutes.
Oh,
what
if
would
I
you-
could pitch him an idea,
pitch him an idea to help him out.
bro. Now we're see like I don't want to like go into like so much detail that the audience does not give a fuck because like that's
All
where
right, give
that
it general.
So you can't go general with this. So basically, there's this company called Bigelow Aerospace. You guys aren't gonna know a word.
Uh-uh.
I mean, all right. So they make these inflatable space habitats. So you know, like the International Space Station where all the astronauts go and shit.
Yeah.
They have one of those modules on it, but instead of it being like aluminum and stiff, it's inflatable. So it's like a balloon. So it's this big.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Send it up space. It gets huge.
That's nuts.
So I would, and his company went under because of coronavirus. Because he's like big in real estate, so like his whole thing crashed. But he had a perfect idea. So I'd be like, Elon, let's get this contract going with Bigelow and make this giant ass space balloon, and like that'd be cool.
And
That
it,
would be
it's
cool.
crazy. Like a lot of people like to take chances. Like not like he doesn't take chances, but
Mm.
like
He would invest, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. to think,
100%.
like,
Are you into real estate at all?
Not really.
You
I-
ever had
I-
any like? Damn, I kind of wanna.
I mean, yeah, I need to get a house pretty soon, and
Yeah.
like be settled down kind of thing. But prices right now are
You
fucking
wanna
insane.
settle down and have your own family at some point?
Probably when I'm like 40.
Like your own kids and everything?
Yeah. I want 2 sons, and I want to be like, you know, give them the good life, but not
Yeah.
like spoil them too much.
Easy. You
good.
can't, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And what else? Yeah, I mean, hyperinflation right now.
Just a whole
So we
bleep.
just gotta
Whole
bleep that
bleep.
stuff out.
All right, yo.
No, this is
Episode
good.
4.
This is good. It's staying in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Episode
Tyler
4
McMullen, thank
in
you
the
so much
books.
for coming,
Thank
Brody.
you for having me, guys. I
Great
love you
guest.
guys.
We hope you all enjoyed that.
I love
for
you
sure
guys.
did.
That was a for sure.
How long
good
is it?
podcast.
I don't know. It
Like,
doesn't say on
share,
here.
subscribe.
We
Go
love
check
y'all.
out Tyler.
We'll have Tyler's
Instagram.
socials up here.
Yeah, easy.
We'll have his ATM business.
Somewhere.
Capital
Capital
payments.
Hey.
sir.
All right, yo. Thank you
Episode
guys.
4.
We'll catch you on the next
Thank
one.
you.
Peace.
Oh my
that's fun.
God.
Bro, we could have kept going.
I know.